It was not a scream, not a cry. It was a laugh. A laugh that didn't belong to a human being. I will never forget the sound she made that night. I grew up in a small village in eastern Nigeria. My father remarried when I was 11. My mother had died of sickness, and my father did not want to raise me alone. He brought home a woman named Gozi. She was much younger than him. Her eyes were sharp like a hawk's, always watching, always judging. At first, everyone in the village welcomed her. She was beautiful, she could cook, and she smiled at people in public. But inside our house, when the doors were closed, she was different. She never smiled at me. She never called me by my name. She called me Obinwa, which means the child of another woman. That name stuck in my head like a curse. It started with unimportant things. Food disappearing from my plate, water thrown out from the pot after I fetched it, my clothes torn or missing. She would look at me and say I was careless. My father believed her. He always said, "Nosy is trying her best. You must respect her." But I knew she hated me. One night when my father traveled to the next village, she made me sleep outside. She said I had dirtied the mat, though I had not even touched it. I lay outside under the moon, shivering, listening to the owls. That was when I first heard her whispering. She sat by the cooking fire, talking to herself, or so I thought, but when I listened closer, I heard two voices. Her voice and another voice that was deeper, older, not human. The flames danced higher when she whispered. My chest felt heavy, like something pressed on it. I shut my eyes tight until morning. When I told my father, he slapped me. He said I should not tell lies against his wife. That was the day I learned to keep my mouth shut. The real terror began when children in our compound started to fall sick. At first, it was small fevers. Then one boy died. His skin had strange marks, like scratches, but nobody saw him hurt himself. The elders said it was witchcraft. People whispered, but no one accused Ngozi. She was too clever. In the daytime, she prayed in church, carried her Bible, and gave food to neighbors. At night, she was something else. One evening, I woke up thirsty. The moon was bright and I went to fetch water. As I passed the kitchen hut, I froze. Ngozi was inside, squatting on the floor, grinding something in a black clay pot. Not food. The smell was sour, like rotten blood. Around her were feathers, bones, and a piece of cloth I recognized. My late mother's wrapper. My heart nearly stopped. Then she turned. Her face was wet with something dark. Her eyes glowed in the firelight, and she smiled at me. I ran, but she caught me by the arm before I reached my room. Her grip was like iron. She pulled me close and whispered, "If you tell anyone, you will not wake up again." I couldn't breathe. Her nails dug into my skin. When she finally let go, I ran inside and hid under my mat. That night, I dreamed of my mother. She was standing in the rain, pointing at our house, her face full of sadness. I woke up shaking, sure that my mother was warning me. The next week, another child in the village died. This time, everyone gathered in fear. The chief called a diviner to find the source of the evil. I remember standing in the crowd, sweating, praying they would see what I saw. The diviner threw his cowrie shells on the ground and said, "The spirit of a jealous woman is among us." All eyes turned to Ngozi. She laughed. She laughed so loud and boldly that people hesitated. She said, "Are you saying I killed children? I'm the one who feeds them. I'm the one who prays for them." Some believed her, but others stayed silent, afraid. That night I could not sleep. My father was restless too. He paced around, but he said nothing. Then, close to midnight, I heard the sound again. Nosy laughing. The same laugh from before. Not human, not natural. I crept to the window and looked. She was outside, naked, her body covered in white chalk markings. Her hair was wild. She stood in the moonlight, holding a calabash bowl. Inside the bowl was a dark liquid, moving like it was alive. She lifted it and poured it on the ground, chanting words I could not understand. The earth seemed to shake. I swear I saw shadows moving around her, shadows without bodies. I gasped, and she heard me. She turned slowly and our eyes met. I ducked, heart pounding, but it was too late. She knew I saw everything. A few minutes later, I heard my door creak open. Her footsteps were soft, careful. I held my breath, pretending to sleep. She stood by my mat for a long time. I felt her staring. My skin crawled. Then she leaned down and whispered, "You will join your mother soon." I almost screamed, but I bit my tongue. I stayed still until she left. The next day, I begged my father to send me away to my uncle's house. He refused. He said, "Ngozi is your mother now. Stop fighting her." That night, he fell sick. His skin turned yellow, his eyes rolled back. He couldn't stand. The village healer tried to cure him, but nothing worked. After 3 days, my father died. Ngozi cried the loudest at his funeral, but I knew the truth. After his death, I finally ran to my uncle. I told him everything. At first, he didn't believe me, but one night, he followed Ngozi in secret. He saw her burying something by the river, a small calabash filled with hair, bones, and blood. That was enough. The elders called her out. She denied it all, but the diviner confirmed. He said she had been feeding on the life of children, and even my father. The villagers chased her out. Some said she ran into the forest and never came back. Others whispered she still lives there, waiting. I'm grown now, but sometimes at night, I hear that laugh again in my dreams. And when I wake, I find scratches on my arms. That is why I can never return to that village, because I know she is still out there, and she still remembers me.